clubbing. They ain't cuffing my clock, they tugging. Putting up numbers, 99 problems, and I still kept it 100. Hold up. Yeah.
I know, Alibaba. How are you? Good to see you. You miss me? Crazy times, right? Good to see everybody. Let me get my chart up. Right now, you're coming in hot. We're in the middle of doing 3 broadcasts today. And it's been, let me say, not just a good day. It's a perfect day. So let me start by inviting you to something. On August 16th, what I'm going to be doing on a Saturday is I'm going to be getting together with my members. This is usually VIP members only, but we're going to extend it to the masses. And on August 16th for 2 hours, 12 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, at least 2 hours because I tend to continue to talk. What we do here in the middle of the day, this review for me is becoming a little distracting because I'd rather be trading and finding ideas and making money than doing a review of the trades that I'm already in that you should be in. But we're going to do a combination of all that today. But on August 16th, the market will be closed. It'll be a Saturday. So if anybody's interested, what I'll be doing for 2 hours is explaining this trade that I continuously say works every time it shows up. And it worked again today on every trade that showed up. This is the trade. This is the trade that not only should you be taking, this is the trade that if you're not taking it, you shouldn't be trading. And I say that not to sound arrogant or conceited. This is a trade setup that's easy to understand. It works lately every time it shows up. And it works every time it shows up. So if you're not taking this setup, you're saying you've got another trade that works every single time it shows up, which I'd like to know what that trade is if you have one. But I haven't found a trade that works better than this. So right now we're long the Kohls, we're long some Halliburton, we're long some Lucid. And I'll take you through some of the trades that we set up today. And again, this will be a nice review for the people that have been hanging with me since 9 o'clock this morning. Hello, Kimbo. I think this is still running. Can I get a what's up from the Raging Bullers? We're still on? Yes? No? Check. No, I'm doing that. This is the other guys. These are the other ones I'm talking to. I know you're there. Kimbo Slice, you still with me? I'll just keep going anyway. It doesn't matter. As long as Ryan's here with me, we're all gonna have a gay old time. Hey, there you go. Hey, what's up? All right. So again, you heard about August 16th. Be there or be a rectangle. No RSVP needed. Just show up. Find out. You could email my corporate overlords at kenny@hitthebid.tv. That'll go to my handlers, if you will. And you could ask permission to hang with me on August 16th. And if you want to go see Yacht Rock afterwards, I'll see you in Jersey. All right, so let's go through this whole thing one more time. So that perfect trade that continuously shows up today, it showed up on Coke, and it was awesome. What you're looking at here, if you haven't noticed, it's the same screen every time. I'll give you Home Depot in a second. But I trade earnings reversals, and they're stocks that are either gapped up or down that have reported earnings that then break VWAP from either underneath or on top, and I go that direction, and I use prior day VWAP or anchored to prior day as my target, and you could see the perfection that was the Coke trade, blue line to orange line, cashing out up there, getting stopped out of the rest. We also had another trade in Halliburton, which we are still in right now. Notice it looks just like the the Coke trade, because the trade is the setup.
Hey, you want to hear some Matrix?
No.
On Pat McAfee show, guess who's on? Halliburton.
Oh, weird. That's the matrix right there. By the way, if you're not long Kohls yet, what are you waiting for? Come on now. So this Halliburton trade, right? You got the fake out, shake out. You love that trade. And then you got the VWAP break. On an earnings report, if you get the faux show bro, VWAP break on an earnings report, the trade has provided you a winning trade every time it's shown up for the last 3 years, and it coming in around 80% for the last 13 years on this trade. The last 3 years, we haven't had one loss. And that doesn't mean it can't go up and then inevitably go down and become a loss. But if you're in a winning trade and you let it become a loss, you, in fact, are the loser, because that's improper trading. So right now, why are we long Kohls? Why are we long Halliburton? Why are we long Lucid? I will go over these wonderful entries right here with you, as these are live. So Kohls, if you didn't know, this was my first trade of the day, and it was certainly not a long trade. I was saying, holy moly, what the hell is going on with Kohls? There's no way I'm buying this. Oh, man, I should have bought it. Oh, there's no way I'm buying this. Oh, God, I should have bought it. There's no way I'm buying this. Oh, my God, I should have bought it. And then my thought price went from, there's no way I'm buying it. When the hell do I short this thing? What the hell is going on? When do I short it? I can't wait to short it. What the hell is going on? I can't wait to short it. And then it rolled over, and it broke under 20. And I gave it a shot. Now, why? Because that's what I do. Stocks that are up 80%, I look for a reason to short them. And now it got over 20. What did I talk about? That's a fake out, shake out. If you flip the chart over, now watch. I'm going to show you on a KSS. Flip it over for a second. Sorry, I put the wrong thing in. Minus KSS. Fake out, shake out, VWAP breakout. Wouldn't you buy something that looks like that? Of course you would. So why wouldn't you short it? It's just the opposite trade, right? So KSS, right? We shorted it. Now, I wish I could tell you tall tales of massive gains, but I shorted some at 20 as a goof. By 1750, I'm covering half of it. By the time it's breaking VWAP, you know, I'm almost done with the trade. And then it rips and then starts to come back, and I use 1750 as my out, and I wound up getting out at all of it 1750. I made 2.5 points. And then the stock plummeted 5 more. Was it a good trade? It's all right. I would have liked to make the extra 5, but, you know, at 1750, I got content. I left my stop there at 1750, and they went and got me. What are you going to do? I could have shorted it again. You see where it broke the VWAP and confirms its weakness from the underneath? I could have shorted it again, but then once I missed something on the downside, then I say to myself, when will the shorters cover? Well, I didn't give myself a chance until we broke over the 1363, starts to rally, we made some money. Came back, and then it faked out, shook out around that same area where I owned it, and I tried to trade again. Got paid. Now here I'm thinking, all right, we're going to break this orange line and we're going to rip. But it rolled over. And it got me to sell again at 14. But then it didn't go anywhere. And it just consolidated. So I said, if I get a chance to buy it at 14 again, I should. And then look what it did. It got to 1405, 1407. Just bought 1413, 1414, sold 25, sold the 50 again. And now, again, the same exact trade we had on earlier. We're hoping that this consolidation now is at these upper levels. So the next move will get us to the VWAP retracement at 1527. And that's why it's not a bad trade. Now, my son, he is addicted to this stock, SBET. And you know what? I don't want him trading this exclusively because these are the stocks that will inevitably kick your ass. But he did it on a faux show bro. And that's what I wanted to talk about today. The setup transcends all trades and all time frames. I like using it on the day, but this setup works weekly, monthly, yearly, lifetime, because it's a stock that just breaks a new low and then comes back and breaks back above it. I like it as a day trade because it's right in your face, it's visceral, and it's in the moment. So when you see a stock, hey, I'm thinking about buying this stock. Oh, look, it's under the VWAP. It just broke a new low. Now it's coming back and breaking VWAP. Well, here's your chance, buddy. And that's where my son bought it. Fuckhead that he is, left his wallet in dead man's hand. It's crazy. Sorry, I can't not say that every time I mention my son. And look at him. Look at the kid. Getting paid. And I don't know if he just got stopped out, but where he places his stops is where Big Daddy taught him. Where you sell on the way up becomes your stops on the way down. And look, they just tried to search for my son's order probably right there. And if he has the proper stop at 28.38, that he still might be in the name. So there you go. Even on the crazy ones, fake out, shake out, breakouts, they continue to be winning trade. Now let's talk about the loss that we have on the books because they're not all winning. Right? So we had this beautiful RTX trade, right? And it was wonderful. It's fantastic, right? We got the fake out, shake out, right? It's the same trade all the time. Faux show, VWAP break, earnings report. Now look at you got to go back to the 1 minute. Look at that. Now, why did I turn this? How did I turn that into a loss? Well, I'll explain. I bought the stock, right? And the stock made us money. But I also wanted to participate in the 150 calls. And I bought them late, right? So that's why option trading is hard. Now, if I would have bought the 150s when I should have been buying the 150s, which was the VWAP break, I bought the 150s at, basically top tick this thing, because I thought that it was about to break through the multi-day VWAP and turn into a monster. So I used some of the RTX money from the stock trade to buy the options, and I've thrown the money out the window right now. And usually I give this, an all or nothing kind of thing. I bought we only got 3 contracts, basically at $1.60. So not that good of a trade there, but listen, they're not all going to break. That was a little anticipation trade. And, when you look at the chart on the day, it makes sense. So a little disappointed, sure, but quite often that's all you're going to get. Blue line, orange line. Blue line, orange line. You're in the stock from 145. It got to 150. That's 5 points. You got 300 shares. You got your $1,500. You take $600 of that and you throw it on an option trade. Yeah, you gave back the 600 right now, but you still got 3 days. So we're in the 150s at 160. And, again, it is only Tuesday morning. We do have 3 more days on this trade. But right now, it's ugly because we top ticked it. But I had to give it a shot just in case this became another Halliburton. And I'm not done with the trade. I actually should probably buy a couple of more contracts down here to cost average because I only have 3. As a matter of fact, let's do it. Yeah, I just talked myself into that. RTX, let's see, 150 calls. We spent 160 on them, and now they're 77 cents. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to buy 3 more contracts at 65 because I'm probably holding these anyway. RTX. Sorry, I can't see. RTX. You know what? I'm not going to buy them because the 149s at 106 is such a better deal. Yeah, I'm going to buy the 149s. The 149s, only 60 cents out of the money for $1.10. That's actually a much better price than ponying up another 70 cents for the 150s. Well, all right. Or we just buy the stock again, pay for the whole thing. All right, well, there you go. Just put on a trade. Didn't really think I was going to be buying more RTX, but again, with the option trade, this is not a 0 date option. This is for Friday. But look at the perfection of the trade, right? This is what I wanted to show you again. These trades are, they're exquisite. And how do you blow a trade that's this beautiful? Out of the money options, right? Because the essence of this trade, and I'll explain this to you on August 16th, you don't want to be buying the 150s. I bought the 150s because the stock had already ripped. If anything, you want to put that lotto play on at the VWAP break down here. So let's look at the difference. So let's say the 150s at the original VWAP break, you're talking about 22 cents. You would have been laughing your ass off selling to me at 160. I think we got the worst price of the whole day. Where the hell's even the trade? Oh, we got one. Oh, sorry, it's 140. Oh, they're going to 160. Am I talking about the wrong contract here? Right. Which contracts did we buy in RTX? The 150s, no? Well, if it was the 149s, I feel a lot better. Hang on a second. We might have a psycho alert. Psycho alert. BMNR. Psycho alert. This thing. BMNR. Hang on. By the way. Wait, you bought the 149s or the 150s? Which one was it? The 149 or 150? No, which one did you buy? Well, there you go. All right, I thought you got them. Oh, even better. So now I'll buy them. Oh, good. I thought he was in the trade. That's hilarious. All right, now I definitely should buy them. It's like free money. So anyway, yeah, I was just saying the 149s are a much fair price than the 150s. But now you guys want to get crazy for a second? Let's take a look at BMNR. Hang on a second. You got yourself a 1-minute multi-day VWAP break right there. Again, this is not the BMNR from 2 weeks ago. This thing's been a choppy, gross mess. And it is already green, so it's not a reversal. Man, it really did get quiet here, right? The volume just dried up on the market. I mean, I've got a lot of stuff going on my screens that you don't see. It's like we kind of just hit a pause, which I'm digging, right? We're due for a pause that actually leads to a sell-off, because usually boring markets are bullish. I'm slanted to the bear side again, you know, especially with the late day selling yesterday, the follow through this morning. I probably would look to go short later again, you know, if all this consolidation leads to a breakdown. And if we do break, and again, this is another trade that we haven't seen in a long time, prior low break. So today's lows on the Qs, if you break those lows, and I'm talking about any time, like today, tomorrow, next day, you're probably finding to get some follow through, because we have not been breaking down under prior day lows. All right, you guys want to get nuts? I'm going to buy some BMNR. You want to get crazy? Let's go. All right, let's go. Let's go. Big size. Big size. I'm in. Let's go. Big size. Okay, we're making money already. All right. I'm already going to offer some out. Oh, shit, 50 sold to you. I love it when it works that fast. I'm in at 42. What are you doing? I'm selling some at 42.50. How you doing? Good seeing you. Hey, Fredo, good to see you. Oh, and it's over. You even get a chance to sell it again. All right, I still got some, but I just sold some at 42.50. All right. By the way, this stock will terrorize you, so you got to give it at least $1. If you bought at 42, you're out is 41. So I'm glad it popped first. Now I could, if I lose on the rest, it's not so bad. Wow. But you see how it didn't follow through? 2 weeks ago, this thing would break a high of the day and rip 5 points. You know, now you could see it's different. The sellers are out there. But, you know, you give me a 1 minute multi-day VWAP break, I got to give it a little bit of a shot. Now, if we follow through on this next move, maybe we get a couple points out of it. But this is not your daddy's BMNR. It's a lot different from last week and the week before. So yeah, going down the list of stocks, you know, that we had some fun with, you know, obviously SBET and Tron. You guys, hope you made some money on that Tron trade. And then it crashed, had a nice comeback. It's kind of in limbo right now, and the volume dried up. So when the volume dries up and the stock's floating around, you kind of ignore it like everybody else. You go find something else, like Open. You know, when the volume dries up, you'll know this move, these crazy moves are over. But, you know, you had 2 billion shares traded on Open yesterday. You still got 680 million, and it's only 12:30. So it's still in play. As a matter of fact, hang on a second. Yeah, what a weird coincidence, right? You're attempting to get over VWAP right now. What do you know about that? Now, again, the reason I was doing another show, I do the show from basically 8:30 in the morning till 1. The reason I like doing it, most of my trades between 9:45 and 11:30 is that's where the best action is. By this time of the day, you're already in consolidation mode. So the breakouts are going to be less and less. Like this BMNR. If BMNR was breaking 42.50 at 9:45 this morning, the stock would already be at $45. And now you're in the middle of the day, you got this malaise, and now we're probably going to get stopped out of the last lot for a loss. But you generally see a lot of consolidation, but this is where you go to work, right? You go and check all the names that you've been trading and what they're doing. And every once in a while, you'll stumble onto like SRPT. I know there's a guy out there trading this thing religiously. Awesome. Got himself a 1 minute multi-day VWAP reversal on a stock that they basically said our drug is killing people and we've committed fraud. And that's what the stock's doing today. Faux show, bro. 1 minute multi-day VWAP reversal. They basically said we might not exist a year from now. Oh, great. Buy me. And that's what I'm talking about. It's like there's no reason for the stock to be going up. And those are the kind of stocks you want to buy. That's the ironic nature of the market, but also that ironic nature, right? Still, let it be validated. You thought, okay, it would be funny if this stock went up on all this bad news. Yeah. Oh, look, now that idea is being confirmed by the VWAP and prior day VWAP. And you see how it was jiggling along? There's the jiggle and the shuffle, right? It's jiggle, 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 shuffle, shuffle, shuffle at the prior day VWAP, resolution higher. So kind of like with Halliburton, right? We're in that name because we jiggle, 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 shuffle, 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 broke. And we're still in. And now you raise your stop. By the way, be my guest to, you know, we almost got to 21.50 on Halliburton. I was hoping to get out at 50. But now you raise your stop to 21.16. Right? Now, if anybody did short the Qs again on that subtle notion, good job. Right? Right? The jiggling and the shuffling has resolved to the downside. And now you say, what? I thought we're not allowed to go down. I know. Right? Something's changed over the last 48 hours. We saw late day selling yesterday, residual selling this morning, and they're still out there. So maybe this dash for trash moment is doing what it normally does. It leads to an overall market consolidation and a little selling. And that's kind of where the market is right now. We've had a monstrous run, right? Wouldn't be too surprised to give back what? Break under today's lows. And again, here's the monthly VWAP. right? The monthly VWAP was the last sell-off. You don't think we could pull back 9 points? We've rallied from 396 to 566. It's unheard of. It's almost a 50% move on the entire market without a pullback. It really is. I hate to say the word unprecedented, but it kind of is. And I'm just trying to hold on to some rational thought that just like we've seen some corrections in the high flying names, there needs to be an overall correction in the Qs, and it just doesn't want to come. But at least the last 2 days we've managed to make some money, and I'm gonna give back $100 on this BMNR trade. So while I got you out there, let me just check the interweb. If anybody has any questions, these last half an hour that I spent with you, and this will be the rest. I'm probably going to cash out today. I am sitting here again. This BMNR trade might be my only loss, and again, I took something off the table, so it's not a complete loss. But this has been perfect. You know, if RTX comes back, that'd be extra special. And if you bought the RTX, when I bought the RTX, we're already making money on that trade. So how you doing? Accidentally bought more of a contract that I thought I was dollar cost averaging in. Meanwhile, I'm not even in it. Now I'm actually making money. I love it when a plan comes together. All right. So let me go on the interweb. If you guys have any questions, or you have any questions, guy in the back, this is your time. I will answer as many as I can. Myrna, open. All right, hang on. Baba Booey. Check, check. Sound should be better now. Okay, let me go try the interweb. $11 whole people? 11. Really? Bye-bye. Wow. We're going places, Dawn. Dawn, we're going places. All right, let's go back to that open trade. Rejected at the VWAP, right? So you got yourself that little blow off top. That's negative. Just like the finger of God that we had on Coke and the Qs. Wicket over there, that's more or less stopping the shorter out. And then it rolls back over. Not a fan. Not a fan of being long right this second. But if it doesn't break down and just consolidates down here and makes a turn, I might give it another shot. By the way, still got the BMNR. They haven't come from my last lot. So still hanging out with this garbage. Oh, you made more in 1 week than in 6 months. Well, that's good. Thanks. Hey, listen, if you want to tell that story, what I would like, because we've been doing some advertising finally, is real life testimonials. So if you guys, again, I'm hearing a lot of that. And again, coming from me, it's nice, but coming from you guys, it's even better hearing that the plan is working. We had an open house a couple of weeks ago, and while people were on their open house, they paid for their year. That's awesome. That's what I like to hear. Because these trades keep showing up. I mean, I've been doing this my whole life. The Kohl's trade, all right, that's over. Yeah, I mean, depending on if you use that half as your out, it just ended at the half. So I don't know if that was a blow off top candle, but you know, these wicks, these candles are obviously not real. Sometimes they become real, which is crazy. But yeah, if you sold up on the way up, 74, 62, half. On the way back down, same prices. Trade's over for now, but 13.85, I'd try it again. Again, the middle of the day makes us think we're not doing the right thing. The middle of the day will confuse and confound all of us. Because generally we're just chopping around. See? I shouldn't have put that trade on. Oh, my one loss. BMNR, just sold it. $41. And that wasn't a full loss because I sold, I guess, 60% of it for that quick 50-cent pop. All right. Can't win them all. But let's talk about Kohl's for a second, right? 4 for 4. 1 short. Sorry, 3 for 3. 1 short, 2 longs, right? You give me another chance at it, especially at the third, let me see it come back to 13.69. If they bleed it down to that level and then it holds and then it turns, or better yet, that. So if let's say we're looking to buy it back at 13.75, if it breaks 75 and then faux shows and back above 13.75, you buy it, and then you use those levels as your outs. USAR, yeah, it finally broke down, right? But there's something about this stock, I love it. Yeah, I just like the symbol, I like the space. So did very well with it. This one we actually had options, did all right. Traded the stock pretty well. Pre-market, you don't even see this thing was even higher in the pre-market. We were trading at pre-market. But now it broke down under its monthly. I got to see if it breaks down to 11. This is at 1228. Under 1228, you're in this realm right there. You're going to search down for that 1050. Breaks 1050, it's over. Because breaks 1050, it's going back into the muck. But we'll see. This thing has been left for dead once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, and it's come back. So I'm a fan. I mean, all these stocks are now on my algorithm. They're all on my scanners. So when they do wake up, I'm the first to notice. Segenheimer, yeah, this, man. I think you're looking at a $40 stock before long, and then if it gets into the 40s, you probably are going to go to $70. And then the only thing left after solar would be the weed stocks, which, oddly enough, there is been some buying in the weed stocks. We're really just scraping the bottom of the barrel. This is the MJ index. They split adjusted it. If you're wondering, it didn't really go back to 20. But there's been some buying in the wheat index for the last couple of days. I mean, these are the worst stocks of them all. These are beyond garbage because there's no volume either. Like, does anybody even trade Tilray anymore? Dude! Oh, because it's a penny stock now. 61 million shares? I guess that's something. These are the ones I used to trade. Cron. Got 1 million shares. Remember VFF? I'm a GRWG. Oh, nice. So yeah, I mean that's where we're at right now, and I'm coming in. I'm gonna go into the afternoon looking for shorts. I'm coming in tomorrow looking for shorts, even though I know it hasn't been working. But now that you could feel it. I mean, I could feel it. The pump and dumps absolutely took over the market, And we're in the deepest trash heap I've ever seen. And this dash for trash has been going on for so long. But now that those ran out of steam, usually the next phase is the market runs out of steam, and then you get a decent correction. We'll see. Remember, if we stay bullish, we only have one more month to get through it. If we get through August, September is notoriously bearish anyway. So it's almost, maybe we grind around, what is this, the end of July, and then we make it through, Apple's on the 31st, Apple, Amazon, we got to get through the earnings season. If none of those really truly disappoint, we're probably going to be in the same realm, and then we'll have the correction in September if we make it past August. And then everybody thinks October's a bad year because we've had crashes. October is usually not a bad month, because we're usually coming back from September, which is the bad month. Not that we need to predict what's going to happen, because obviously we just trade what we see. Right. Yeah. Third week of August, that's when it starts up. Yeah. But you see how the scanners aren't even moving? It's telling you, like, people are just taking a snooze. This is summer midday. You're getting some slowdowns now, but there's nothing slower than August, middle of the day. Oh, man. It's hard to stay awake. And you're just not supposed to trade it. We are volume traders. If there's no volume, then don't trade. So what else you got? I don't know. ATAI is a mushrooms company? Really? Yo, what the hell is that? What is this? Yo, what is this stock? I want in. What is this? I like hallucinate. I like that space. You know about MindMed? MNMD? Yeah, that's the one I used to own. I don't know where that stock is anymore. Oh. Wow. Yeah, you're onto something, man. These stocks have had all nice moves. What's the other one? Oh, PSIL. That one I know. Ho. Wow. Congrats. I had no idea the sector was ripping. Very cool. Yeah. Want to take some chocolates? Hang out? What are you doing Saturday? Can't do that stuff no more. Makes me nauseous. But actually, I do like the space. Yeah, I actually do own one, and the symbol was Spliff at the time. I have it in one of my accounts. I don't even know if it's a publicly traded company anymore. SPLIF. I think it became a different symbol. But Spliff, how do you not buy it? They were not only into weed, but they were into the hallucinogenics too. I don't even know if it exists anymore. I bought it because the symbol was Spliff. What you got? KSCP. Oh, well, you just got a monster there. That is Andy Dufresne to that prior monster VWAP. I'd be a seller and almost done with this trade. Yeah, because you got two Andy Dufresnes, a monster 9-month VWAP. Let's take a look at the yearly. Yeah, I got to be a seller, I wouldn't dump the whole thing, but you just had a monster trade. You got to, and apparently, I don't even remember trading this stock. It's so crazy how many stocks we've traded. These red lines indicate that I put trades on. I don't even remember this stock. No clue what this is. Meanwhile, I traded it. It's so nuts. That's look at that. We were picking it off the lows that day. No idea. No idea what this is. But yeah, I'd be done with at least, I'd probably be done. because you just got 250 got you 5, 5 got you 750, 750 got you 10. I'd probably be dumping on that roll at 930 with 750 as my out on the rest. So pretty much coming to the end of this one. But cool chart coming off. You know, again, that's my favorite chart pattern of all of them. Once they go sideways for an extended period of time. Yeah. He likes it. So what else you got, right? Nice boring afternoon we got here, right? What else we talking about? I think Halliburton's about to come to an end as well, my friends. I'm going to sell the Halliburton soon. What up, homie? What? Johnny fell down the well again? Oh no, not Neo. I mean, it's like pick me every stock. Speaking of garbage, wait a minute. How about that sell at 3 and 306 on CDLX? Right? Nailed it. Right? You're almost done with this bad boy. You know, if I had any left, I'd be selling this one too. If anybody's in CDLX. So we're right back to the original, you know, the start of this day. Back to Clove. You guys, not selling this one. Monster move. There was a rumor that the stock was caught up in a news story that wasn't even supposed to be the stock. But this is my favorite Andy Dufresne. Right? We picked this one off the penny stock list. Crushed it. Really thought, you know, I actually bought more when it was up here. And I got blown out of it. And I just bought it back on this faux show moment right here. I'm in. I'm not getting out unless it breaks under 250. So I don't know why. There's something about this stock. I think it's going to get squeezed one more time. So my target is $7 to be in the stock. I'm in the stock at 285 with 35 cent risk to try to, you know, possibly make myself 4 points. I'm in. So I just bought that pivot and I'm not getting out. And still got the SRAD. That's basically my whole portfolio. What do you got? Oh, wait. Boulder. BLDR. I know that stock. No, this is not what I thought it was. But you know what else is moving right here? Oh, actually, you know what? Let me show you this PHM. There's a reason I didn't mention it, because normally I'm not a fan of the gap and go. I like the gap and crap, right? The stock was gapped up huge, right? So my natural default is to wait for a short, and it never developed, right? I'm chopping around. I'm waiting for one of these chops to break down, and never broke down. So, you know, this is one of those situations where, do I buy the new high break? No. I just don't trade it, because I don't like trading against my standard, right? At least the trade told me don't short it, right? I just, you know, so I just avoided it. Doesn't mean you can't buy it at 18, the 18 break to make this money, but, you know, again, if you guys did trade it, this is one of those gap and goes. Usually you get a gap up, you'll sell, then maybe you'll go, but yeah. DHI, same kind of thing. Yeah, gap and go. Let's give it up for Straza. I was talking about buying the home builders 2 weeks ago. Dumpster diving, AMC. Yeah, I mean, that is the dumpster, right? The thing is, the volume dried up, right? I mean, that's why I don't look at it anymore. When this thing starts getting 20, 30, 40, 50, 100 million shares days again, it'll probably be more interesting. But GameStop still moves enough. But the trade we're all missing, and I'm mortified right now because I just spotted it. I'm absolutely mortified that not one person in here, after all the jokes we've made about the stock, nobody's mentioning it. Come on, what stock is it? Before I go, I just noticed it. I'm a freaking horrified right now. What do you think I'm talking about? Not Tiger, good choice, but come on. Nobody? It's the bane of my existence right now. Q's. The hell are we doing, people? It's my favorite stock. I didn't even, what the, how am I not seeing this? You got yourself a 1 minute multi-day VWAP reversal on a stock that I just told you was going to $18 yesterday, and they've been chopping the shit out of it. What the hell are we doing not long this stock right now? See, this is where I have my son trading with me now. See, I'll blame him now for this. But you didn't even say it. Shut up. It's your fault. By the way, if you don't know, you need a scapegoat in your life as a trader. Remember, it's never your fault you lost money. You got to blame somebody else. Blame your wife, your dog, the electricity went out. I just went to lunch and then the stock moved without me. Sure it did. Everybody's got every story, right? I blame my kid now. I blame my son. Like at first he was like, damn, why are you ripping on me all day? I'm like, because you're there. Yeah, the stock has earnings tomorrow. Oh, that's going to be it's going to be a lot of fun. But God damn it. This one's, it's like on the top of my list. I don't know how I missed this today. Because look, this stock is under accumulation. And this is one of the biggest Andy Dufresnes of the year. This is the quadruple Andy Dufresne. This is ridiculous, right? And it already had the move, right? It had most of its move. But I think there might be more because look at this chart. It's still below the orange line. The bigger, when you zoom out to 5 years, you've had some fun. And we've had some fun with this stock over the last year. This stock legitimately crashed from 160, I believe it was. And there's no, I guess sometimes actually the reverse stock splits make these things go even better. So here's its lifetime on the VWAP. Oh, Billy. What's that chart remind you of, right? Every one of these charts should conjure up a feeling and a memory. What's that look like? Come on, you're in it already, right? Looks like Sedge, right? Yeah, it looks a little bit like the Carvana. And you'll start to notice that every one of these Andy Dufresne chart patterns looks the same because it is the same. You're looking for beaten up names that go sideways and come out of the muck. That's why, even though this one has gone absolutely freaking parabolic, you're not even above its lifetime VWAP from where you factor in everything this thing's done. This is a lifetime VWAP. You don't really talk about lifetime VWAPs too often. Lifetime VWAP's at $18.17. I got to think this thing's going for $18.17, but that's where this party could get started on this stock. So tomorrow is going to be the make or break, because if they report earnings, and let me tell you this right now, stop what you're doing. If this stock, and again, my son, you hear me? Listen to what I'm saying now, so I won't hear you saying I didn't mention it. Here's a stock that could be looking to go to 18, and if it breaks 18, you're thinking 38. All right, no joke. Right? You're thinking right here around 37.50. You break 18, you're in these. You're in this zone right here around 35 to 38. Okay? So now let's bring it all home. I got a trade that works almost every time it shows up. When it shows up on an earnings report, it works every time. Okay? So now if we come in tomorrow morning and QS is getting annihilated on whatever their earnings report is, what are you going to say? You're going to say, ooh, when do I buy it? So if we come in tomorrow right? This is like the QQQ trade. So here's your idea. If the QS, whatever the stock is named, QuantumScape, I think it is, QuantumScape reports blah, blah, blah earnings. Stocks gap down. Analysts are coming out of the woodwork to downgrade the stock. The message boards are lighting up how it's a pump and dump. And then you see this thing, faux show, bro, VWAP break. And if you're not buying it tomorrow, stop trading. Forever. And I mean it. So this is where you prepare for battle. You're coming in today, like I came in today with purpose. Halliburton's gap down, I'm in. Coke's down, give me a VWAP break, I'm in. Looking for residual selling on the Qs, I'm in. I should have been looking at QS. I don't know what the hell I was doing because I'm just too distracted. Right? And then the Kohls. Oh, it's after tomorrow? Well, that just dampened the whole talk. All right, apparently it's tomorrow after the close. All right, so we'll revisit this trade Thursday morning. So, but this process that I go through, I know what stocks I'm going to trade. Some I don't. I pick them off the scanner, off the the percentage and the volume breaker. But generally, I know what I'm going to be trading tomorrow ahead of schedule, and I'll give you some of the names I'll be trading. You ready? ENPH, they're reporting earnings tonight, right? So you got to watch that tonight. Texas Instruments, chips, love it. You guys know about the high price of eggs, whether they've come down. Apparently, the price of eggs are down 173%. So now, if you walk into the grocery store, you just say eggs, and they give you $1.70 and a dozen eggs. Amazing. Nobody drops the price of eggs like I do. Down 170% since I've been in office. Like I said, just walk into any grocery store, just say eggs, and they give you $1.70 and a dozen eggs. Fantastic. Biden couldn't do that. But CalMaine, CALM, is the egg distributor that caused the crisis of the eggs because this company should be indicted. They were artificially creating high prices in eggs and keeping them high by using the, market making manipulated tactics of the egg industry. I don't know, but they're reporting earnings, and that should be a big player tomorrow. The stock tends to rip. You'll see 10%, maybe even 20% move on the stock tomorrow. So CLL, only day you usually want to trade that stock. And then you got a lot of banks, little banks, regional banks. I'm not interested. Don't care. So I'm going to go SAP. I'm going to go ENPH. I'm going to go Texas Instruments. I'll look at Capital One, COF, and obviously the egg company, CLM. So now you got that focus list. And what I also like to do is obviously the stocks that are in play, I'm going to be looking at Open and NVTS. And by the way, NVTS, what's up, my NVTS players? Sorry, I didn't mention that one. Dumped this bad boy at the Open because the residual seller from yesterday showed up, and I should have hit the button twice, but sold it. Could have went short. Monster sell-off. Faux show, bro. Actually,
Someone just tried to get in.
still own the stock.
What are they working
I don't know. Come and say hello.
Who?
I don't know. Come and say hello. Remember this person?
Sup? Oh.
She used to sit on the desk. We've come a long way. On the desk, and now she's
come a long way.
and now she's going back to. I'm driving her back to UGA next week, so that's where I'll be. So get familiar with what we're doing. Make that money. Good seeing you. I'm going to cut out of here 2 minutes early. It's been a fantastic day. Make sure you get in touch with my corporate overlords. August 16th, we're going to bring it all home. 2-hour, maybe 3-hour session going through these charts. I will take questions. I will give you answers. And let's just keep on keeping on, because the trade is relentless. What's the word that Thanos used? I am inevitable. These trades are just, they're perpetual, inevitable, and they're awesome. And the more people I teach the trade to, there's no doubt it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. And these trades continue to work better and better every year, because I think I'm just spreading the gospel. So tell 10 friends and join our cause. And I'll see you again next week, probably at 12. Or maybe we just do this at 11, because I have a little bit more energy. And it's a lot more exciting between 11 and 12 than 12 and 1. All right? Have a great day. I'll see you in cyberspace. And we still got the Halliburton, right? Still hanging with the Halliburton and RTX. So that's all we got left. All right? Namaste. Oh, wait, before I go, wait a second. Breathe in the and breathe out the doubt. Namaste. Later.